All right. Welcome to Team Fortress TV's coverage of ETF2L Season 26, powered by TT Esports. This is week 4, an official between Lowpander and Lemmings in the Premiership Division. I am, your host and one of the casters, Hiipfire. I also have on production Gemm and my co-caster Frysk.
Hello, how you guys doing?
All right, so this is gonna be kind of an interesting match. This is technically going to be a rematch of Season 25's High Division Finals, where both of these teams met. But it's kind of iffy to call it that because Lemmings only has 2 players of that roster still playing here. But I'm gonna, in spirit, it's gonna be a high rematch, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely, but I think nonetheless it'll be a pretty interesting match. I know, I think, to say the least, Lowpander are an interesting team to watch. Definitely going to see some off-classing antics by Muki, but I definitely think Lemmings are in a good position to maybe take a map here, but ultimately I think it will be a close matchup for.
Yeah, I mean, in the high finals, the reason why Lemmings lost that match as hard as they did was mostly just because the team got kind of tilted after a while, but they still pushed the first map to a golden cap. So, and the second map was actually also relatively close. So, and that was with you could say maybe a weaker lineup than they have now. So, it's yeah, this could get relatively close. But
Yeah,
yeah, so
absolutely, but I think Lowpander certainly should be able to get something going here. With, I mean, I'm excited to watch Muki. I haven't cast a Lowpander game yet, so I'll have to keep an eye on him. But I think Lemmings, they've had a bit of a rough start to the season, but the first 3 weeks were against some pretty big teams. They played top 5 Rocket in their first week, followed by Arctic Foxes in 7. But as of right now, Lowpander sitting at 4th place in the Premiership tables. But they picked up 6 points apiece against 3 out of 6 and Nunya. But I think this match today will definitely be a testament to what these teams have in them to prove if they can really hang with the big boys in the top 4 in Prem.
yeah, definitely. So we've kind of mentioned it a little bit, but I guess the thing that everyone is talking about when it comes to Lowpander is that flex role. They have mostly a cookie cutter sixes lineup, but then they have essentially Mookie, their roaming soldier slash flex, basically off classing constantly. I guess just playing whatever class he feels is appropriate at that time. So he can play normal roaming soldier, or he could play pyro, spy, sniper, whatever he really, the team feels like is appropriate. And it can seem a little gimmicky at times, and I mean that's probably true at times. He just does kind of weird stuff with flog pyro, but it is sometimes it can get kind of interesting, and also just they sometimes try to do things with playing vaccinator permanently and trying to, I don't know, play a little bit more of an aggressive style. But I think it's quite an interesting team, I guess.
Absolutely. I think that's definitely one of the things that I think everybody should keep their eye on when Lowpander play a new team, just to kind of see how the other team responds to the type of kind of randomness of Lowpander and the type of kind of unusual play style. So we'll have to see what Lemmings will be able to do. I mean, we'll first have to see what Lowpander are going to whip out this game, but Lemmings are going to have to adapt if there's any crazy plays happening. But I should say Lemmings, as much as they do have a pretty good, they have a good chance here at this game. However, their lineup is slightly different today. Hiipfire, Honey, unfortunately, had some PC troubles and won't be able to play tonight. So they actually have Josh playing Pocket for them, murking tonight, and they've actually moved Mel, or aka Cold Heart, to Medic. So that's a bit of an interesting mix-up. I can't really comment on Mel's Medic ability, but it'll be interesting to see how it turns out.
Yeah, Mel has said in the match page on Team Fortress TV that this will be her first official playing medic. So we'll see what happens. I mean, she always really plays a pocket soldier most of the time, so she at least probably knows a little bit about how Honey tends to position himself. So I think that her positioning will probably be fine. And I mean, they still have the rest of their roster to fall back on. I mean, they still have Sorex, they still have Elocor, so they still definitely have some strong players in their team to, compensate for, I guess, this minor setback. But it's not like Josh is a slouch either. I mean, he's definitely people have seen him before.
Yeah, he's a big name to be marking. It'll be interesting to see how that works out for them. I mean, I could definitely see Josh playing pretty well, but at the same time, I mean, no matter what player it is, Merc can sometimes just not work out. But I mean, speaking of lineups, I'll just run through Lemmings. We have Sorex and Ince on Scout, Zesty playing Roamer, of course. We have Coldheart moving to Medic today, Josh playing Pocket, and Elocor on Demo Man. But Hiipfire, if you want to run us through Lowpander's lineup.
Alright, so Lowpander's lineup is on Scout. You have Mr. Epic and Granger Bob. At least I think Granger Bob is playing. We everyone has been kind of interested, like, ooh, are they actually gonna play with Cookie? Is that a bait? I think it's probably going off of what they were playing in scrims, what lineup they were using. It's gonna be Granger Bob. So sorry, the Cookie thing is still not happening. But then they have on Pocket Soldier, they have Ubers, they have Hildreth on Demo, they have Kisakala on Medic, and then again on that famous flex roll, they have the one and only Mookie. So
yeah, absolutely. But right now on stream should be some stats, some team stats for Lemmings, and I don't know if anything is jumping out to you, Hiipfire, but I will say for Zesty, that's Zesty and Coldheart, decent amount of airshots so far this season, but of course Coldheart won't be playing Soldier this week, so can't really comment on Coldheart's any of Coldheart's stats at the moment. We'll have to see how Josh ends up playing tonight, but I think today I'm going to keep my eye on Sorex and Ince. I think they're a really strong Scout pair. Sorex, of course, pretty well known for being a really good DM player. He's just really good aim for Sorex, and I think he could be, the kind of maybe playmaker for Lemmings this game. He could just be the player that when Lemmings need it most can just pick up maybe some big picks and really just turn the game around. But of course, Mookie might prove too much here for Lemmings, but we'll have to see.
Well, I mean, they also have Mr. Epic, who is also has his fair share, or has his his moments. He's a very solid scout as well, so maybe he'll be a good answer to the Lemming scouts as well. I mean, not to ignore, but Granger Bob is also a pretty solid scout. I mean, I know everyone was really excited about Cookie playing on the roster, but Granger Bob's a pretty solid scout, doing pretty decent for his first Prem season, for now at least.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Lowpander certainly have good team play, but I mean, if you were to just compare, these scout pairs, you definitely give it to Lemmings. But I think, Granger Bob, like, he can play a pretty consistent scout. So, I mean, we'll have to see if that will affect it much. If the scouts of Lemmings will just be able to wreak havoc with the flank. Of course, Zesty, really solid roamer as well. He is a big playmaker actually for Lemmings. He likes to go for these just solo bombs, and often he will actually pull something out, drop a medic, or get some big picks like that, and really open things up for his team. But I suppose on the flip side of that, Lowpander, we say time and time again, it's going to be Mookie that we're going to have to keep our eye on for the kind of this playmaker that can just open these fights up and maybe even just be the driving force behind his team's momentum.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we have definitely seen some very he's very good at catching the enemy team off guard. I mean, we've even seen it in their first official where he would play NG and then he would move sentries around and put them in weird spots that would completely stop like pushes, just dead in their tracks. Like just like a scout tries to lead the push and then the sentry just right there, and just completely ruins the plans of the enemy team. So yeah, I'm definitely excited to see what Mookie specifically has in store. especially on product, because this is a completely
Yeah,
different playstyle on that, and I wonder how they want to approach that.
yeah, absolutely. Speaking of maps, I'll just say, I don't think you mentioned it yet, Reckoner and Product are the maps this week. I think it's really hard to call if either team has a big advantage on either map, but as you said, I mean, Mookie, he plays a pretty good sniper on Product. It'll really be up to Lemmings to try and, see how they can deal with this sniper, because if they let Mookie just have all the space they need, it could really just be completely the nail in the coffin for Product. But I think Reckoner as well. Definitely, there's possibilities for Spy and Pyro and some weird things like that that Mookie likes to play. But I think Lemmings certainly. I think I'd probably give it to Lemmings on Reckoner, and probably then to Lowpander on Product. But yeah, I think Lemmings should be able to at least put up a good fight on both maps.
Yeah, I can definitely see Lemmings taking Reckoner. I know that they picked it sometimes during their preseason playoff matches, so they are definitely confident in their abilities to play Reckoner. Probably have some strats built up or planned for specifically that map. So yeah, but I don't. I think that Product is just gonna be maybe a little too chaotic for Lemmings to really I don't know, not drop, I guess, because Lowpander has definitely been thriving in the chaos that they create.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I think, and obviously, Product really excellent map to run sniper, and if teams let that sniper just get enough room, it can really be the factor that wins the game. But I mean, even stuff like Spy, we can see run from Mookie. I know Mookie likes to run Spy pretty much any map. It doesn't really matter. But I mean, even not even Mookie, but any teams really, you can see things like Heavy and Pyro come out on Product. So we'll certainly see some interesting class choices on Product. But I think one of the more interesting things on a Product Reckoner, well, really we'll have to see how both these teams approach this last point Hiipfire. I know this last point can be pretty hard to attack, and a lot of the times teams just end up failing pushes, and I think that's where it actually might play into the hands of Lowpander. They just have this option of Mookie being able to run these weird, off classes, running a sniper, running a spy, doing things like that, and they can really, maybe just abuse the fact that they can run these things, and it might actually just kind of tilt Lemmings perhaps, but we'll have to see how it goes.
That definitely can happen. I mean, the tilt factor is definitely something to look for. I mean, that's, as I said before, that's basically what won them their high season. So definitely, I hope that Lemmings can keep it together. This is obviously though a different roster from that match or so that season. So the we can definitely, I don't know, they might have some better mental fortitude, I guess. They'll probably be able to keep it together. I mean, these people are a little bit more I don't know, a little bit more experienced, I guess, than some of the players that were on the old Lemmings roster.
Yeah, absolutely. But I have just noticed our fancy new Team Fortress TV voting on the stream. I can see that it's actually in the favor. The viewers think that Lowpander are going to take this one 70% to 30% for Lemmings. So, I mean, I'd say that's fair enough. But I think it's really up to Lemmings it's really up to Lemmings to just play their game. I mean, it's hard though against Lowpander, as you said. But they're really going to have to bring their A game, because I think this match is important for both these teams. Whichever team kind of comes up on top, even if it's a close game, maybe we might see a golden cap or something like that. That's a possibility. But whichever team takes this, especially if it's both maps, it'll definitely be a huge blow to the other team's confidence. And on the flip side of that, the team that takes this, I think, will have a big boost in confidence. And certainly for Lowpander, I think it's the game that as their first or their second and third week, where the matchups was of course 3 out of 6 in Nunya, and those were matchups where I think most people would give it to Lowpander. So we'll have to see how this affects their position in the tables. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah, this would definitely be a good win for Lowpander. I know that they weren't 100% happy when they dropped those 2 maps to Champ GG in their first week. I know that they felt that they could have definitely pulled those 6 points out. So if they manage to get both of these maps, keep it relatively clean, that would definitely give them some confidence going into their later officials, because they after this they have to play Arctic Fox's 7 top 5 Rocket, which is basically like the other 3 teams that are challenging top 4 outside of Champ GG. So if they win this, they're definitely gonna be like, all right, well, we've beaten basically the like 5 probably team that's gonna make like 5th, 6th. So definitely well, they're gonna need all the confidence they need into that 7 match. But I mean, Arctic Foxes and Lowpander and Lemmings are basically in that like 3 team kind of bubble spot for top 4. So or for that last playoff spot. So definitely, this is a match for them. For Lemmings, it would be kind of nice as well, though. From what we've heard in interviews with Honey Badger, the team is basically using this as a learning season. So, and I know that they don't have that high of expectations for this season. So, while I think it would be nice for them, to win both of these, I think that I don't know. Just because I don't really expect them to win this that much. I don't expect them to get I don't know. I'm not even expecting them to really get Reckoner. So
yeah.
I don't know. But I think that this will be an important match for them, more to at least keep it close. Just because this is going to be a very mentally taxing match, obviously. So if they can keep it together for this match and at least keep it close, that would mean at least that they can just keep it together when you're just, I don't know, you're getting hit by a lot of stuff at once, like with Lowpander.
Yeah, it is true. I mean, even if this is a kind of a learning season for them, I'm sure they're gonna really try their best and see how they can perform against a team like Lowpander. But I believe we are actually going live, Hiipfire. I think you should take us to this first mid fight.
Alright, let's see what Lowpander's going to use on the flex roll here. Mookie's going to go on the Natasha heavy to mid. Alright.
Interesting.
Well, let's see what they're going to do with this. Hill just gets to mid. Sees Elocore, just a little bit of spam getting exchanged. Nothing really happening too much. Lemmings is going to sit here on their grass here. And Lowpander's just trying to surround him here, actually. Not really getting anything done here. Actually, a good deny from Mookie's heavy. Getting the roamer gone there, and there's not really much going on yet for the Lemmings side. They do get both scouts, but actually Mookie's heavy doing a really good job, and then the crits coming in from Ubers, getting Elocore here, even going for the chase onto Sorix and Cold Heart.
Yeah, wow, that was a crazy mid, like running Natasha heavy for the first mid, same along with the crit streak. That is just throwing Lemmings into the deep end. Really, I don't think any team can predict that, but it seems to have worked actually for Lowpander. I think the heavy of Mookie just managed to get enough space and walk across the point and get enough health to just kind of keep dealing damage. But it looks like Ubers is in, and he actually gets destroyed. I think it was an air shot from Josh, and he actually will get taken down. So it looks like Lemmings actually will be able to contest this second point, as Mookie is just going to run away with his tiny little heavy legs, as the rest of Lemmings are coming in here from this lower area. But I mean, Mookie has a good positioning here in this crate, and he's taking quite a lot of damage actually. He might get picked up here, and actually does. He will come out for Cold Heart, as the back cap is happening right now. But Ince and the rest of his team trying to get back here to clean this up. And it looks like the scout just wants to keep going, but they will take a 1v1 here against Ince. And they will just throw them all the way back to the last.
Epic, he's just walking to last. Nobody's actually chasing him here, and they just barely saving it.
That's unbelievable. Like, I can't believe that almost worked for them. I mean, it's pretty smart though by Lowpander to take that opportunity. Of course, backcaps can catch some teams off, as we saw. It nearly worked. But I mean, it was a good play from Lemmings to try to get back into the mid there. But they had to just left that opening for Lowpander to get in here. But I will say that Zesty is on spy. I'm not sure if he's just checking offcasts or he will go for some gimmick play. But at the moment, Mookie is still running that heavy Hiipfire. What do you think of this?
I mean, they were really playing into Mookie's hand on that mid, just sending both soldiers in to just jump in on the mid, and then Mookie just, you know, just melting them basically. So, I mean, if they're planning on just staying here, waiting for this push, which is actually coming in right now, that would be very, very good for Lowpander. Actually, they're just seem to be a little hesitant here, sending Sorix into lower, trying to get a 1v1 fight, maybe get a pick, but nothing really seems to be working out. They're just gonna hold forward here in lobby. I mean, Lowpander is on that crit, so this is with them having Uber, they are in an advantageous position. Mookie actually going into lower here, trying to, I guess, just do anything, you know, try to get an opening, but
yeah, I mean, yeah, it looked like Lemmings kind of wanted to go there. They were kind of positioned at that shutter door, but I think they're just opting for this forward hold in lobby. As I mean, a Mookie heavy definitely, you know, kind of stumps the mobility for a team to quickly get into last. I mean, it could work here for Lemmings at the moment. I mean, Sorax actually nearly picked up a scout actually a little while ago, but at the moment Ubers has actually used the Uber, and Helicor gets picked up, but Ubers actually will get dropped there. The Kritzkrieg, as we see the Uber coming in here from Lemmings, and they will try to get up this Mookie heavy, and he's taking so much damage, and he surely will get picked up, but he actually gets the heals from his medic. Zesty going down as well. But it looks like Lowpander actually might be able to take this, as Mookie's still alive, doing a lot of damage, as looks like Mr. Epic is actually drawn back in, he wins the 1v1, drawing back the rest of Lemmings' Hiipfire.
Yeah, I don't know, that push just didn't work out. They're actually pushing here through the left. Mookie's just leading this push, doing some good damage on Elikor. Uber's jumping in on a med. Oh, and he goes down, he gets the demo as well, and there's Zesty.
Oh, Zesty though. That was incredible by Ubers, he just
Luckily
jumped in.
saving it.
Uber's just got just two great frags, but it was ultimately cleaned up. But Kisakala going down to Sorax actually. Sorax on a kill streak of 11, didn't even notice that, but not surprising really with Sorax. We know him really good DM talent, but I mean, looks like Granger Bob is kind of looking like he wants to go in here. He's taking some fight with Ince, but he actually gets picked up.
Mookie's on spy, going for the backstab on Zesty.
It's actually worked out for them. They managed to hold this, well, as I say that, Ince.
Oh, there's Elikor. Ooh, he managed to just barely dodge that backstab. Mookie actually staying alive.
Yeah, the spooky spy, I mean, it might work out. I mean, he's in a good position, but I think Elikor... Oh, he got actually really nice sticky onto Mookie there in lobby, but he might be able to get on the back here of Mel, and Elikor spotted him. He's trying to go for the stab, but surely he'll get picked up, and he gets picked up there from Josh coming in from lobby, and the rest of Lowpander will just make their way back to mid.
They just dropped 2 players. This is going to be a tough hold if they're even planning on, I guess, holding this. I mean, they were building crits a little bit, but it seems like the Lemmings push is coming in. Ubers goes, gets a good jump onto Inns, but doesn't really get anything else done. Actually, he does get Sorix. Both scouts are down, actually. Mr. Epic on top, trying to get on the med. Gretchenpop picks up Josh. This is just falling apart. Mookie actually on a normal roamer, picking up the medic as well. The both soldiers trying to jump in, trying to get Kisakala, but wow.
Yeah, that was so well played from Ubers. He went behind into this lower area at mid as soon as Lemmings came in, and he managed to actually pick up 2 frags, which is incredible. And then I think he drew another player back for Lemmings, and that just kind of, the Lemmings didn't really have any players to really deal with the combo of Kisakala and Hildreth, and they just got cleaned up. And I mean, that's worked out so well for them, and they're just gonna look to take this in. I mean, they have the Uber charge, and Coldheart only has 20% at the moment, so I'd imagine they're going to go pretty soon, but they do have time to feel out this defense and see how they're going to approach this.
Alright, there's a crits coming in, actually getting an early stick off the Zesty, already getting a pick, trying to get some more. Ubers cleans up the kill on Sorax. Mookie actually jumps on the Sorax and get him too. And now, the defense is just crumbling. The sentry has not managed to really do anything, and now they just get collapsed on the left, and that's it, that's 1-0 for Lowpander.
Yeah, that was such a good push. I mean, Mookie got in and he managed to pick up a frag on the right hand side, and the crits worked as well. They got a pick in lobby, and I was already 2 down before the push had even really begun, and they just managed to push the rest of Lemmings back into their spawn door, and they managed to just play the point, and it worked out really well for them.
It seems like for this second mid, it seems like Lowpander wants to try their luck on this Natasha heavy again. What they can do with that. And Lemmings actually doing relatively the same mid that they were doing it before, but actually going way more aggressively. They're all into this cargo area. Actually, the kills going relatively even here, actually, and Lemmings has no positional advantage here. They're just stuck in grass, and Lowpander's trying to jump in on them. Not really getting any kills yet, but there's Uber's getting onto Zesty. Roamer gets the Roamer. Inns gets behind. It's on Mookie, but Mookie turns around and just melts him on Inns, and then a good chase for Mr. Epic to get the medic as well, and that's another very successful mid from Lowpander.
Yeah, Natasha's so strong against scouts. You can just as soon as you start shooting them, it's so easy to track them, as they just slow down so much. But that mid, I mean, Elikor died so early on. They were quite aggressive, and he just got caught in, and that just really killed the mid fight for Lemmings. As
the
Chris
coming
has
in.
been used in. No Frysk happening right now, but still trying to get something done here, Ubers. But we'll actually just back out here.
Well, they do. Neither team has any advantage really, so they could push in, but it seems like they're just content on sitting on the second point. Get the crits up again, maybe get a push in, or I don't know. But we do actually have Lowpander, or not Lowpander, wait, is it pausing? Yes, it's a pause,
Yeah,
I see.
Indeed, it is. I wonder if it is a tactical pause or a technical pause. But yeah, I mean, oh well, looks like we've actually just on pause at the moment.
Alright, well, as I was gonna say before, Lemmings actually is going for a hold of their own. Inns on NG, you know, doing a little bit of flexing of his own, I guess. and Lowpander's just looking for, actually seem to be thinking that there's a spy somewhere. There's no spy. I mean, Inns is on sniper, but he's just trying to maybe get a pick on the heavy. Does get a good headshot on Mookie, but Mookie
so weak.
Oh, yeah, he drops to 20 HP and then just gets the sandwich and just goes back on top of the hut. And I don't know, there's just, Lemmings trying to go back into the forward hold that they did last round. But actually, they're actually doing a little bit differently. They're actually holding a lot more passively, but they're walking actually into rollout here. And I think they're gonna be pushing in through the shutter area, possibly?
Yeah, I mean, Kisakala has that crits ready. I mean, they tried the Ubers crits last time, and they're going to probably see if they can get anything again. They are holding a bit far forward here, Lemmings, so, I mean, this could actually go really well here, as they have used the crits Ubers, trying to get something done, but actually won't be able to pick up anything. Full's very weak. Look, we're trying to push out here against this Mookie heavy. We'll try to spam him out. Josh getting picked up, but the Uber was used there for Lemmings, and it's just Grenjabob who's gone down as, well, Epic gets picked up there in lobby, but, I mean, Mookie's quite weak. They could actually make this happen, but, I mean, this Mookie heavy is so hard to push into, but at the moment he's quite weak, and it looks like Elikor and Sorax are trying to push across this point, getting some damage. But at the moment, well, Mookie just having for that sandwich, and it's actually working out pretty well as they baited Sorax, but Sorax picks up the kill, might go down. Yeah, Grenjabob picking up at the winger there. But a successful push out of last for Lemmings.
Yeah, it was actually very unfortunate. Uber's had the perfect crits rocket onto Cold Heart, but she popped just a millisecond before that rocket hit, saving that entire push for her team.
Yeah, but at the moment, it's going to be Kisakala coming up with the Uber charge. I think it's actually, the Kritzkrieg, as they actually have used it. Elikor getting picked up there, caught out. Looks like Air Josh is just in, but he will get picked up there by the stickies of Hildreth, and looks like Cold Heart's actually dropped the Uber. I think that was a drop. She just came up on an Uber charge, and wow, that's so bad here, as Epic picks up Instant Lobby, and it's just Dusty Sorax alive, Elikor getting the spawn, but I mean, it is only 3 alive here for Lowpander. They might be able to, this might be enough time here for Lemmings to get some defenses up, but Cold Heart did go down. Kisakala will have the Kritzkrieg again to push into this last point, potentially Hiipfire.
What a shame. Cold Heart, like, just hesitated just a little bit in rollout. Got punished for it so hard. And actually, there's Lemmings trying to get onto second, actually getting, I guess, surround on Hildreth there. And Lowpander seems to be respecting this a little bit, even though they have 2 players behind, actually. They have Mookie on the spy, and Uber's... oh, and Mookie! It's the backstab of Cold Heart! Cold Heart is not having a good day.
Yeah, I'm not sure how the spy play worked out. That was really well played by Mookie. That's the type of off-bouncing that I would expect from Mookie. And this is the thing about Mookie, is when he plays spy, it actually works out a lot of the time. I mean, that was a really good play. I mean, it was the right decision of Lemmings to try and push out. I mean, I knew Kisakala had that Kritzkrieg, so they could try and get in there and kill the medic, but well, I mean, it didn't work out as Cold Heart fell into that spy, but it's like Lemmings they took that mid point, but they will have to back out here. I think this Soda might get picked up here, and he will actually to the spy of Mookie. But Yeah, I mean, it looks like Lemmings holding in this choke area, but Grenchikov getting caught out.
I don't know about this. I mean, they're down a player, and I don't know, but they're actually going back
And
to second.
Mookie!
Mr. Epic
Mookie
trying-
gets the stab again!
Oh, Mr. Epic going in and just distracting the entire team, and Mookie getting his second backstab of the round. Uber's getting a good crit rocket onto Sorex, and then Hildreth. Oh, but this is a good jump actually from Air Josh, just cleaning up the entire Lowpander combo there.
That was just such a weird fight. I mean, Mookie got the stab onto the medic again. Mookie also managed to live, but Josh also was able to come in and clean up from that great speed that Kisakala had. But Epic looks like he wants to contest this point. He's doing a lot of damage, but I mean, it looks like Mel actually picked up the Uber Saw onto Mookie on the back lines. But yeah, 2 souls for Mel, so they're gonna have an advantage here to work with. As I think Kisakala might be on back on the Uber charge at the moment. Actually, no, as I say that, they are still running that crit streak. They're just determined to make this crits work.
And what a way to... Oh, actually, there's a push coming in from Lemmings here. Elokor gets Grenjabov. The flank actually jumps into rollout, gets some good kills too, and this is actually the second point for for Lemmings. But I just want to say, like, what a way to start your first medic official ever in prep. 2 backstabs. Lemmings actually going to push into last here. Lowpander's kind of just stuck in the spawn. Coldheart gets off the Uber. I see a horn getting popped off as well on the side of Lemmings. I see a bunch of jumpers going around. Not really any kills happening yet. Mookie gets ins. Zesty gets Mr. Epic, and the kills are going in favor of Lemmings actually. Mookie not being able to do enough on this heavy, and Kisakala just alone on the point. Hildreth trying to save it, but that's it. Lemmings gets 1-1.
Yeah, they managed to get a couple picks there when they got into last, and they of course had that horn that went off. That's the horn that gives you the heals when you deal damage. So it ended up working out for them as they managed to just get enough damage on Mookie, who was playing heavy. But as I say that, Mookie again playing this heavy to mid.
I mean, it's been successful in the past. You know, maybe it can work again. Let's see what's gonna go.
Yeah, at the moment, Hildreth rolling out this right hand side with the rest of his team. Looks like Lemmings as well just want to go out to this choke area. But it looks like Josh wants to jump in, try and get something to happen, but at the moment, Ince is in so deep onto Kisakala. He might be able to pick up the frag, and he actually will, but he gets picked up by Mr. Epic. And that's a really good pick there from Ince, as Josh really weak. This might actually go pretty well for Lowpander, but as I say, that Grenjabov gets picked up, and Uber is pretty weak as well. Mookie, Hildreth are so weak, Sorex might be able to pick up some kills here, but they aren't able to pick up the frags. I mean, they can't make this work with Sorex finally getting Hildreth. It's just Mookie and Ubers, but Ubers will get the rockets onto Sorex.
Yeah, Lowpander's trying to do what they can without heals. I mean, that sandwich can can help, but it's not enough to just compensate for, you know, Lemmings having full heals. They're holding in lower here, Lowpander, but I don't think they're going to be able to do much. They're actually jumping in, try to get that force out, but it seems like the rest of Lemmings is actually going to... Oh, Mookie's just standing still with the sandwich, trying to, I guess, out-heal himself. And actually, they get distracted enough by this that the Uber runs out, and this is actually going to be good for Lowpander. Lowpander's going to get Josh, they're going to get Cold Heart, and there's Sorex trying to get a 1v1 Grenjabov, but that's it.
Yeah, that was so strange. I mean, Lemmings had they had some good positioning there. I mean, Lowpander wanted to push there through the lower area, but they were able to get the Uber charge forced off there, and they actually weren't able to do much with it. They didn't pick up any frags, but at the moment we see Hildreth come in with his crit screen, picks up Elokor, and he will be sticking his forward spawn as the rest of Lemmings is gonna have to back spawn to last, and they're just gonna try and roll this.
I just loved how Josh was just in complete confusion looking at Mookie with his sandwich out, just eating, and just like, well, I can't do anything about this. I can't kill this guy, so he just waits for it to run out and then kills him. But at that point, yeah, the Uber has ran out and there's nothing you can do with it. You have Lowpander in this lobby. Mookie walking a little bit forward through main, trying to see if he can do anything. Getting some heals. The crit screen is almost up. There's a sentry on the right side. Ubers jumps in onto In's good first pick. Mookie's alone on the point. Dies. Does get the sentry, but this is going okay for now for Lowpander. The crits gets popped off. Grenjabov gets 2 picks actually. Ubers gets a great.
The crits work so well for Lowpander. Oh my god, that worked beautifully. And the final pipe there from Hildreth, picking up those 2 frags, that is just a textbook push using crits, Hiipfire.
Oh, beautiful. I mean, just that was great. The crit rocket and then just the crit pipe to get the last 2 kills. All right, well, this next mid, we still have Mookie on the heavy. He's very much liking this. I mean, they have been winning the mid, so why not? See both demos just start putting some sticks down. It's actually is really early onto Kisakala, almost drops him. Does not actually take him out though. Lemmings trying to push over the point here. It's behind. Well, actually, Lowpander's not really getting much done. They're getting denied to hell, but actually, here comes Mr. Epic getting the kill on Zesty, and Mookie just walking in from the side, getting so 2 picks. Work. What is going on? He finally dies, but Elifer is extremely weak, and Ubers is on the medic, and wow, that's
yeah.
That was in favor of Lemmings for so long, but then they just jump in and just destroy them.
That was incredible. I mean, like, Kisakala felt so weak so fast, but they just abused that aggression and were able to pick up the frags, and Mookie just walked in and did so much damage, but it looks like Lowpander at last right now. They're trying to get the spawns stickied off, and they will be able to delay these spawns so they can comfortably hold them in this lobby area.
Yeah, they're trying to do what they can on last. It doesn't work too well, so they're going to have to just hold on second. Mookie's going to actually play on Sniper here on the Machina, trying to look for some headshots or maybe just some, good old full charge body shots. 170 damage, that's strong too. But Lemmings is going for a forward hold in lobby. Seems like Inz is going back to off class?
Crits though.
No. Oh, the crits.
They're trying to pick up Josh. It looks like Ubers hasn't been able to get anything, and he surely will get just killed here by Sorex. He's so weak in this lower area. He actually will get picked up, and this frag's going everywhere here, but it looks like it's just Mookie and Mr. Epic alive for Lowpanders. They're going to have to leave it. I mean, Mookie is in a bit of a strange hiding spot at the moment. I think he's probably going to look for Coulthard as they push out of here, but Sorex might be able to spot him, and he does.
Oh.
Tries to get the shot. Won't be able to. Sorex as well, putting a lot of damage onto Mr. Epic, but Lowpander looking like they want to take this fight, but they have chosen to just back off to mid.
Good try when Lemmings doesn't have their Uber yet, but yeah, they seem to just respect it. Trying to build up this crits here. They're holding a little bit forward. I don't know about this. I mean, Lemmings is probably going to jump in onto them, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, Mr. Epic gets a kill on the Roamer, on the Zesty. Actually, well, Lemmings is not really doing much with this advantage that they have going on. They're trying to do something, but they're just letting the Lowpander get their crits. And I mean...
Well, Lowpander are on their Uber charge again. I think this might actually be the first time Kisakala has actually opted for that Uber charge. I mean, they've been using the crits quite a lot, and I mean, I'm surprised how well it's working, but I mean, Lowpander, who knows what's going on with them. I mean, they can just make all these things work. But both Ubers will be coming up for both teams. I see Ince on the Spy, but he will opt for actually the Sniper. Sniper can be kind of hard to make something work. Maybe an aggressive pick might not work, but he might be able to pick up something as Lowpander try to get in. But at the moment, they're just happy to just hold positioning on this midpoint, and they are suspecting a spy or some kind of off-class. I mean, it's not a big surprise that Lowpander, of course, they know all about these off-classing antics. But at the moment, it's a bit of a stalemate, Hiipfire.
Yeah, it seems like Lowpander's just content to sitting on mid here. I mean, they have a pointed advantage, and I mean, they're very good at these holds, just playing with an off class and then just, making sure that nobody can ever force their Uber. Sorry for that burp. But they're trying to do something here in this ramp area. Josh almost drops, actually just barely survives while the entire Lowpander combo is on.
They were trying to get Ince, they're trying to get some room for him there to get a shot onto somebody. I mean, Kisakala has some good positioning there behind the crates. But I mean, even a pickup on something like Mookie. I mean, Mookie is actually could be a key pick. I mean, it's hard to say, but I mean that Natasha has been working for them so far. But yeah, I mean, there's no real advantages right now. Both teams kind of content to hold this. I mean, Lowpander are a round up. I mean, there's 8 minutes left. I'm not sure if this is quite the time yet where they should be playing the clock, but I mean, they are just comfortable to sit here. It's trying to get an angle here onto mid, but I mean, this is what like Lemmings are just trying to get this in sniper to do something. I mean, pushing with the sniper is pretty difficult, so they're waiting for something to happen. But at the moment, it's been pretty difficult for Ince to get anything.
I think Lemmings is just scared of the Mookie heavy just denying everything. I mean, they've been just getting destroyed on the mid, so I don't know, they're respecting it. They're hoping that Inzis can get maybe a good angle on Mookie and get that pick they need, but it's not really working out for now. I mean, Inz is moving around a lot, but he just doesn't really get any space. I mean, look, he tries to go ramp, but he'll just spams him out. I mean, he's, what is it, 50 HP? There's not much you can do.
I think this is like the first sort of slow part of this map. I mean, generally so far in this map it's been pretty fast-paced. There's been no real time for these long holes, but I mean, Zesty looks like he wants to do something in the slow area. Might get caught out, but would manage to surf away. And I mean, both these teams just waiting for something.
Oh, Gringerbob overextending there. Josh finally gets a pick, but it's a scout pick. I don't know if they want to push on it. I think they're just tired of waiting. They're gonna go into lower. They're gonna push off of this. The combo's assembling. Mookie's ready to spam anyone that's jumping in. Nothing actually, no, they're actually not getting anything done yet. Zorik's trying to do what he can. He actually gets Ubers. And Kisakala just pops.
That was,
Ren?
yeah,
What?
that was a bit of a weird pop from Cascala. I'm not sure why exactly he used that. I mean, they did lose Ubers there, and Mr. Epic is down for Lowpander as well. So, I mean, I suppose he could have managed to get out with the Uber, but it looks like Coldheart will have a full advantage. I do see Grenjabab actually running the sniper, trying to pick up that kill onto Coldheart, but at the moment it looks like Josh wants to come in here. And that banner will get some splash damage on him, knocking him up in the air, and won't be actually able to take anything here with this banner, but they might be able to pick up a kill here onto Grenjabab, and he actually will go down to Sorex with some good spam rockets from Josh. And I mean, looks like Coldheart will be able to bring the supercharge into last.
Hopefully they can hold this. I mean, they do have Epic on the heavy this time and Mookie on the NG. We can see the off classes coming in, but actually the Uber is coming in as well from Lemmings, pushing through main. He's immediately trying to focus the sentry, not actually doing that good of a job as Uber is about to fade. And Lowpander is just on the left, just sitting here, not really taking too much damage. Josh jumps in. Inz actually gets a pick on Grenjabop, but Mr. Epic ends up getting Josh. And Elicor's, ooh, drops very, very low. The Uber actually gets popped up from Lowpander, trying to get Elicor here. Zorex actually gets Uber just jumping in and gets almost kills Kisakala. Oh, but they do get the fix.
He's trying to get out to Kisakala, but he won't be able to.
Oh, but Elicor gets the stick on Kisakala, and then Mookie cleans him up, and that was just such a messy push from both teams, taking really long to push in, and then just that really awkward push, dropping everyone from Lowpander.
One of the strangest pushes I think I've seen. I think it kind of went wrong there for Lemmings, as Josh was pretty much just in the middle of about 4 Lowpander players. He was doing a good job doing damage, staying alive for a little bit, trying to make a distraction, but I mean, that's essentially going to take a long time to take down, and the rest of his team weren't really able to follow up anything, so... And then, I mean, then afterwards, the post Uber was just completely just all over the place. The medic Kisakala nearly going down. I mean, he had the Girardi on him, and Coldheart was trying to like peek into last to pick up the kill, but he wasn't able to. So at the moment, Coldheart will be coming up on the supercharge, and they're poised to maybe take a push in here through this top left. And it looks like Sorex is leading the charge, and the Uber will be forced. So the sentry gun actually is up here from Mookie. Actually hasn't been taken down. Yeah, this isn't a very good Uber here for Lemmings, as Grinjabal getting picked up, but I should say that Lowpander are running that Vaccinator, which is a pretty good choice. Teams have been running it this season a lot, and it's been working out, but headshot running out there onto Josh, and this isn't looking very good for Lemmings as they lose Ince as well.
Yeah, they lose Ubers, but this is even numbers for Lemmings and Lowpander, and Lowpander definitely has the upper hand right now running his Vaccinator. They're not going to elect to push off of it, just going to play some more off classes. They're actually playing on 3 off classes right now. NG, Sniper, and Spy. Just having a solid combo, I guess, and yeah, just 2 pick classes. I don't know what's gonna happen. Grinderbob is going through lower, trying to see if he can get Coldheart.
Yeah, he's in a good position. I mean,
oh, there's a pyro actually on Inz. What's Inz doing here? Oh, but there's Grinderbob. Oh no, he gets Coldheart. Oh,
it works again.
Lord. And he gets a second pick onto Josh as well. And here's Ubers getting a bubble popped on him. Gets good damage on both Inz and Zesty, and I mean this... Oh, they're actually... Zesty's trying to get something done here. They're in main here. Zesty's very weak, gets out, but...
Yeah, I mean, they might just want to try and see what they can do. Sorex is just getting sniped from Hildress trying to get out there. But wow, yeah, that works so well. This Inspire, I'm not really sure what's going on here, but seems to be not working so well. I mean, they have lost this point potentially. Zesty going down. Yeah, but well, it looks like Elicor going to get some Hildress on the shutter door. But I mean, Lemmings just losing so many players as well, so it looks like Lowpander will be able to take the second point.
Oh, I mean, that just good pick from Grinjabob, you know, the Highlander spy main, showing, you know, why he's one of the best spies in Highlander, I guess. Push coming in into mid from Lowpander with the Vaccinator. Zesty's actually alone here. He's gonna get out? Nope, he's not gonna get out. It's gonna just get focused by the entire team there. Lowpander's gonna just hold him in.
It looked like he kind of wanted to go for a bomb into Kisakala, but I don't think he knew exactly where he was, so he tried to get out, but he was just caught out by the entire team. And I will I'm just seeing right now Mookie running that engineer at mid. He has a level 3 sentry gun set up at the moment.
Oh, I love it. I love this when he does this. Like, people just get so caught up by this. Like, you can't really see the sentry either. Like, you have to peek all the way around and be in its line of sight to actually peek it. So I mean, this is a good idea, honestly, if you can get it there, you know, safely. So this will be kind of actually a relatively hard mid setup to crack. Zesty is on spy, but I don't know. I mean, I don't think you can fool a couple Highlander mains, you know. I don't think you can fool them with a spy play. I feel like they're also almost a little bit aware of it. Zesty is getting some ground. He's on the point. He's disguising. He's on the stairs. He's behind. Mr. Epic sees him, and yeah, Zesty just gets immediately meat shot. Seems like Lemmings is gonna have to do something soon. I mean, if a minute and a half and 1 point to get.
I mean, they must be feeling the time pressure at the moment. They're kind of poised around this entrance here by these by the shack. But I think that's a good. It's kind of a good call from Mookie to go with this engineer. I mean, if they are gonna just park the bus and just trying to hold this midpoint, you know, it's a good call. But Dredgebob just gets killed by Ints. Actually, the Uber has come in from Lemmings. Looks like Hisakata's still running that vaccinator, and it's only Dredgebob down right now. Mookie falling quite weak, but the rest of the Lemmings are in here trying to get the sentry gun. The Wiggle down immediately gets spotted there. Josh picking up that kill, and they're going to be able to probably secure this mid fight. But I mean, they are feeling this time pressure. There's 55 seconds left. They're going to have to go really fast. They see that teleporter didn't pick that up. Mookie won't be able to use that for anything, but it looks like Dredgebob on the spy might be able to pick up the stab. He actually gets Thorax, and he might be able to help Josh here get cleaned up.
There he goes. Even numbers. I mean, Lemmings is going to have to push on this. They have 35 seconds. Zesty is on second, trying to do something, jumping in onto Mookie of all people. It's cleaned up, and now we just have 3 people here on second trying to make it happen. Lowpander is just collapsing on them. 20 seconds. I just don't think they have the time.
Going down. I think they do actually. They could. I mean, it's picking up Ubers as well. They could do this. I mean, it's 4 alive here for Lowpander. They have the vaccinator using the point, but Hildreth and Kisakala get picked up. They could do this. There's 10 seconds left. They're gonna have to get to this last point right now. They're gonna have to get the time. Mr. Epic is the only one up here.
5 seconds.
They're trying to get some time on the point. They could do this to delay this 3 seconds.
Oh my god!
They've done it!
Oh my god! 1 second.
Incredible.
Wow. That was just poor for Lowpander. They should have been able to hold that. They should have just been on last, just keeping it going there. But they tried to hold second. I don't know.
Well, the second, I think that it was not a bad choice to contest that, because I mean they have that vaccinator and the Mookie heavy. I mean, especially Elikor. I think it was Elikor and a scout. So if you just kind of held back, it could have been pretty. If they picked the right resistances, it could have worked pretty well. But it just ended up not working at all. I mean, Hildreth and Kisakala getting picked up at the same time, and they were just able to roll that to last. And I thought it was looking really bad there for Lemmings at mid. You know, they had it's like Lowpander had the sentry gun, and then they just were able to just run that to last. That's incredible. That's really good play from Lemmings. That's exactly what I wanted to see out of them tonight.
Yeah, I just. I don't know, it was just a shame that the sentry play didn't work out. They just immediately spotted it, immediately focused it down, so the surprise factor of that sentry on mid didn't really work out there. I mean, it's a golden cap. I mean, you did say that you expect, you know, Lemmings to do quite well on Reckoner, and I mean, they managed to at least get it to golden cap. They did struggle a little bit, and I mean, Lowpander has been winning these mids, so they're going to have to really pull it out on this mid to, I guess, not potentially get rolled to last.
Yeah, well, I think while we have the time, while these 2 teams are still just taking a break here for this Golden Cap, I think we should take a look at some logs. I think logs are up on stream at the moment. And the first thing I'm noticing is Elikor getting 10k damage. He did die like 16 times. You know, that's, you know, compared to Hildreth's 11, I mean, that's not a huge difference, but, I mean, seems to be doesn't seem to have affected him that much. I mean, he was able to put out a lot of damage. But Ubers and Hildreth, as I noticed during that game, doing so much work. Ubers as well. I mean, he was the main target for those crits, so that would maybe explain his damage. But he was able to as well just do some really solid damage during team fights. But I think yeah, like Sorex as well was playing his usual scout, cleaning up, getting 28 frags. So yeah, I mean, both teams played super well. I mean, as the scoreline explains, I mean, so close. I mean, like Lemmings nearly didn't have this, so I'm excited for this golden cap.
Oh, definitely. I mean, with the stats you can see as well that Josh did, pretty solidly. The flex working out quite well, and yeah, I really would love to see what what this golden cap is going to entail. I mean, this mid. I really want to see if Lemmings can finally, win themselves another mid. Or I think, have they won any mids? I don't think they won any of the mids. So yeah, I would really just like to see if Lemmings can, pull it out. Save this. But well, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm just excited. Honestly, I don't have many words, but yeah,
yeah, like
words escape me.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see. Will Mookie still go for that heavy mid on this golden cap? Is that the type of play he's still gonna wanna, do for his team, or will he go for this? Did he play Soda this game? I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, he switched. I think he switched after one of the mids where he died really early. But yeah, Lowpander is very confident in being able to play even with some weird off classes. Like, I think Mookie has faith that that he can pull it off and that his team will do will do well even if they don't have the traditional lineup.
Yeah, I mean, I think I should just touch on this because we saw this during the game was the spy plays from both Mookie and Grenjabov. I mean, Coldheart might have. I think she died like 3-4 times. I think there was a drop in there as well. But I mean, as much as that's exciting, I don't think Lowpander were really able to do a whole lot, with these picks. I mean, when you get a spy pick on a medic, you generally expect some sort of aggression to come out, and especially considering that I think at least 1 or 2 times Mookie was able to get out alive. Now I understand that they still have a spy, but I mean, we'll have to see in a golden cap how this plays out, if it's going to be a fast one or if it's going to be slow paced, and see if they're going to run any spies. But Hiipfire, we have gone live to this golden cap. So take us to this mid fight.
All right. Well, Lowpander once again is playing with that heavy to mid. Hildreth Elikor arriving to mid, trying to exchange some sticky spam. Not really getting anything done yet. Lowpander just getting out, just sitting, respecting their space. Both teams sitting on the either side. Josh actually jumping on top of the point here. It seems like Lemmings want to take a little bit of initiative. Mookie actually just spraying, just actually doing Elikor and both Zesty and Elikor are taking a lot of damage. Elikor just getting melted, and Sorex as well.
But yeah, but Kisagala getting picked up by Josh, and Zesty and Ince though cleaning up, doing a lot of damage, and Ince getting another kill there. It's just Mookie actually on the point. I mean, will he be able to do anything? But Ince has to take this fight here with this scout of Grenjabov, and he actually will have cleaned up. Zesty's still alive right now, but I don't think he'll be able to take on the scout and heavy. He's looking to get some good rockets here. But he is just alone on mid, and it looks like his team might be able to support him here. I mean, both teams are pretty much. Just gets like, well, Grenjabov is getting picked up by a spam rocket, but I mean, as I was saying, both teams are trying to get to mid, but they all pretty much died at the same time. So we're pretty much at another type of mid fight again. I mean, the point still hasn't been capped. I mean, they're looking like they want to take this, but Mookie finally backing out. Looks like Lemmings will finally take this mid fight.
Yeah, well, I mean, once again, that heavy did really well on the mid fight. I mean, completely melting both Lemmings Demo and Roamer. So I mean, I've just a heavy.
Crits, though, I think the crits
the crits coming in.
Nothing
not
happening.
Really anything.
Kisakala getting picked up there. Elikor was good sticky, and Sorex picking up Grenjabov there. Mookie though. I mean, 2 fries either way here for these teams, but it looks like better positioning here for Lemmings as Mr. Epic trying to get in and do something, but might get cleaned up here. Ince is on the chase. It's just Hildreth and Mr. Epic, as Coldheart actually coming up on 85% on this Uber charge. This could be the opportunity they need to win this golden cap, but at the moment they're just going to wait for their spawners. Elikor and Sorex coming up now. They're going to get the second point, and they do have a decent advantage here to take into this last point, but course, Kisakala is running that vaccinator, and we did see during the main game that it actually worked pretty well for them. So we'll have to see if Lemmings will be able to make the supercharge work.
Yeah, Zesty's actually moving in a little bit on the left. Gets actually hit by the sticks, and Ubers cleans the kill up very quickly. Seems like the combo is moving in on the left. Oh, but Mr. Epic with the drop. Oh no, Cold Heart just not having her day today. Just what a rude way to welcome someone to playing Medic and Prem. Inns and Josh actually both hiding in lower. Actually, Hilder getting some damage, spotting them both weak and lower. They should be cleaned up. They at least get Inns. Josh is very weak, does get out lower, but still a second point for Lowpander. They're probably going to keep pushing on this. I mean, they have the vaccinator, they have these bubbles. They can definitely go in. Lemmings staying on their side of mid, mostly respecting their space. Zesty, though, on the other hut. Push comes in. Ubers immediately jumps out to Zesty. Zesty immediately dies into this push into mid. And the rest of Lemmings is just in this ramp and not going to be able to get anything done. Just got to get spammed out.
Yeah, Lemmings didn't really have the positioning there at the end of that. And I mean, Lowpander is still running that vaccinator. So in that situation, when they don't have to supercharge up, it is pretty smart of Lowpander to try and walk in and take this. Helicore picking up Grenchbell there. But they Helicore might get picked up here. I mean, the vaccinator is still being used here from Kisakala and it's going down. But in the midst of that, the Uber has gone up for Cold Heart. We'll pop that. Mr. Epic and Uber's getting picked up there. And looks like Lowpander is going to back out to mid.
Yeah, well, just the players getting cleaned up there at the end. Just not really being able to get much done with the vaccinator and the Uber, in your face. You gotta get out of that. Lemmings does go and get mid, actually. Lowpander is actually planning on getting in here, popping the vaccinator bubbles. Grengerbob gets Elikor. They're actually getting good space here. Grengerbob getting some good damage on Sorix as well. Actually, Lemmings is not really doing too great. They have a back cap going on, but they're trying to block whatever they can, but no, they're not going to be able to block this. Mookie gets Cold Heart. Just everyone trying to block that just gets completely taken out.
Yeah, they kind of put all their eggs in one basket there with the Zesty back cap, and of course he is only Soldier, and he only caps, he's only, one times cap. He's not like the Scout that can cap very fast, so really, they just jumped on the point mindlessly. And it looks like Lowpander are in already, so they're picking up a kill onto Grenchbell. He might be able to get some other frags right now, but he is quite weak. The heavy is coming out of Ince. But I mean, it's only one down for Lowpander. From the weak players, Zesty and Cold are getting picked up, and this isn't looking very good. Ince getting picked up as well. Final rocket there from Mookie. And Lowpander are going to take this map.
Oh man. And I don't know what to say, man. I'm honestly just kind of happy that Lowpander won that. I mean, I'm an old Lowpander fanboy, and
oh, the bias.
I'm glad. I'm sorry, but I'm sorry, but I'm just excited. I just love watching this team. I love the this vaccinator play, and I mean, yeah, they just after they got that midpoint getting on to second, they immediately just did not want Lemmings to get on last, build up anything. Just immediately got in. They got the kills they needed. They managed to clean everything else up and just got the point.
Yeah, like that win for Lowpander all came from Lemmings trying to go for the back cap play, which is really risky, especially considering I think Lowpander already had cap time when they went for that, and they already had I think 4 times in the point. So Lemmings just threw bodies onto the point trying to get something to work, and Zesty wasn't able to pick that up. So they pretty much wiped everybody but Zesty, and Zesty was behind, so they were able to just run that all the way to last. So really big mistake from Lemmings to lose them the map. But I mean, just throughout that game, great play from both teams, really exciting stuff, and I think we definitely saw quite a good use of off-classing from Lowpander, as is expected. But we'll have to see what they're opting for coming up to our next map product. But at the moment, I think we will take a look at the logs. I think Gemm does have the logs from the main game up at the moment. But yeah, I mean, it was just such a close game, and I think the logs reflect that. I mean, a lot of frags coming out from the majority of these Lowpander players. But as well, big damage here coming from Elikor and Josh. It was just such a close game there during the main game, and again, even the golden cap, but it was just a mistake there that ultimately lost them the game.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like the idea of trying to get the back cap going, but there were just too many Lowpander players onto the point that they just should not have, tried to, I don't know, block it with everyone. I mean, they went in, Coldheart was stuck, trying to get out, and just everyone died. Like,
Yeah, and
just a shame, just a
yeah,
mistake.
I
Yeah,
think I think
I don't
about
know.
during that entire game, including the golden cap. I mean, Mel must have died what 5 or 6 times to spies and
Oh,
snipers.
she's
It was
not
just
having a good day. It's
yeah.
just,
But yeah, like that's it's gotta be rough for Coldheart. I mean, that type of play from Lowpander certainly could tilt anybody. But yeah, as well, just looking at the logs right now, pretty dominating mid fights from Lowpander running the Natasha heavy. That seemed to work out. Lemmings didn't really know exactly how to kind of combat that. I mean, the mid fights weren't a complete roll, but I mean that heavy of Mookie seemed to work out pretty well.
yeah. I have to say though that this series is starting to look a little bit like the high grand finals of last season. Golden cap from Lemmings. Lowpander wins it. A lot of drops and just picks on the medic by Lowpander. I just hope that Lemmings has learned or will improve over the Lemmings of last season and not tilt this map, not just get absolutely rolled. I hope that we will see a relatively competitive product. I mean, product obviously has a lot of focus on DM, and you could say that Lemmings has some very strong players when it comes to DM. So
Yeah, I
we'll
mean,
see.
absolutely, and especially, I mean, product is kind of I mean, it could be a map for pretty much any class. Any class can make big plays, but generally, it's your scouts, and I think Sorex and Ints, as I said before this, will be the maybe favorite scout pair. But I mean, during that game, Bob played pretty well. As you were saying before, he's a pretty solid scout, maybe a bit underrated, but I mean, that kind of loss, especially with such a close game, winning the game in like the last 10 seconds to get to the golden cap, and then losing the golden cap off a silly mistake. It's tough for Lemmings to kind of just forget about that, and try and keep a steady head for this product game.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm just hoping that it won't be it won't be just repeating the past, I guess. Hopefully history won't repeat itself.
Mm.
This won't be a two drop maps for Lemmings.
Yeah, I mean, well, I suppose they still do pick up 1 point for the golden cap. Of course,
A point they definitely need.
absolutely. But I mean, we were talking about that before the game. This is a match that both of these teams, looking to get as many points as they can to, keep themselves higher up on the table. But I mean, certainly Lemmings are going to be feeling the pressure. Perhaps, I mean, as you mentioned, this is maybe a bit of a learning season for Lemmings, but even still, you're probably going to want to see what they can do against this. But I mean, at the same time, Mel on Medic, it's a bit of a strange change, and of course, are using Josh as a merc, and I mean, just as I mentioned, Josh, I think he played pretty well, which I guess was to be expected. But I think who's to say? Maybe if Honey was here, would it have gone another way? I know Honey is a pretty strong voice on the team. So I'm not entirely sure who would be main calling, who would be the main voice for Lemmings right now. Maybe it will be Coldheart. I'm not sure, but yeah, it might. That last game may or may not affect them on product. We'll have to see how they're able to play this.
Yeah, I mean, Coldheart main calling might be one of the reasons why they made that mistake in the golden cap. It might just be a little bit of a, just messy comms, just not really being able to, or not being synced up. Maybe that's why the back cap came in, so late, and then them just thinking, you know what, let's just go for it. Just hope that it works out, kind of being throwing the I guess the strats out of the book and just be like, all right, go for this. But the match is starting up here, and this is map 2 caught product of this 2-map series between Lowpander and Lemmings for season 26, week 4, powered by TT Esports, and this is the first fight coming in right now. for, as of now, no really aggressive jumps yet. Mookie's on the sniper on Cliff, trying to get, see if he can get a pick here. Josh jumps over onto the Cliff, jumps onto Mookie. Actually, Hilder getting a good pipe, and Mookie getting a kill on Sorex, and Uber's getting Elocor. Just, wow, just that one jump, and suddenly everything just falls apart for Lemmings.
Yeah, Hildreth as well, making chase on Coldheart. Will actually pick up the frag Zesty caught him as well. That was an incredibly good first mid fight for Lowpander. I mean, Josh tried to make an aggressive play onto that cliff area, tried to get some spam on the sniper, which I'm sure had been called early, but it was picked up by Hildreth, and then I think Mookie picked up a kill onto somebody else, and really that just prompted the aggression from the rest of his team. So yeah, I mean, not a good start to this map, but it looks like Josh and Elocor just want to go in and haven't actually picked up anything. I mean, Elocor is still alive somehow, but surely will get picked up. But Kisakala getting picked up from Zesty, and that is a good frag here, as Coldheart will be coming up in about 65%, so they will have an advantage to work with.
Kisakala tried to do what he could. I mean, he did a really good surf onto the right, but just his team could not save him fast enough, and this is definitely going to be a push from Lemmings with that advantage coming in from the right. Sorex gets Granger Bob actually, and the flank is coming in from the right. Actually, the combo as well. Just assembling on the right. Elocor going for a really deep jump on the left. Lowpander sitting just passively, but Mookie and actually probably Hildreth. No, Hildreth survives, but Josh getting a good jump onto Mookie. Now the point is in control of the Lemming squad here. Lowpander trying to see what they can do, probably force this Uber. Uber's jumping in, gets a rocket onto Coldheart.
Yeah, they're trying to see. Yeah, they're trying to see if they can pick up anything. I mean, Gretchabot going down, but I mean, Kisakala is running that crit streak, as I do see Mookie on this spy. I mean, I'm not sure if Coldheart has learned her lesson from last game, but he is in a position maybe to get something to stab, but he's been seen by Elocor. Surely he'll get picked up. I mean, he's fallen very weak and he actually will finally go down. But the crit streak is coming up, it's 9% for Kisakala. I mean, in the midst of all that, Lemmings dropped 4 players, so they will have the positioning to take this point.
Yes, I mean, Lowpander has crits here, so in theory, Lemmings could just push in and just disrespect the crits. But I'm not sure if they know. I mean, it hasn't been popped yet.
Use it now, and they pick up Sorex. But that's only a scout down. I mean, they still do have this Uber charge, and they will use this in. They're trying to get a lot of damage here. I mean, that's like Elocor is jumping forward. He gets a lot of damage onto Kisakala and his scout friend. Genshabal getting picked up though, and it looks like the soldiers are doing a pretty good job here. It looks like Mookie's still on this cliff, trying to get something done. I mean, Hilder's so far up in the air. Should he get taken out? He will trade her. Mookie! Oh my god!
What a pick! What a pick from China! Oh, just goes for the lucky shot and just drops Coldheart. In's actually coming into the spawn and tries to get Kisakala. It does get a pick on Mr. Epic, but cannot actually get the kill on Kisakala, so they do have advantage going into this next fight.
Yeah, that was 50%. Just unreal that he was allowed to do that. I mean, Lemmings were playing that so well, just trying to clean up these players that were kind of separated, but I mean, damn, that headshot just so quickly just scoped in and picked up the medic of Mel, so that's another pick onto Mel for Lowpander. But I mean, at the moment, Granger Bob going down, looks like Lemmings will have some space here, as Callaghan getting so weak will get picked up along with Hildreth actually, so it is just Ubers and Epic in at the moment, and they're both quite weak. Sorex though and Ince as well falling pretty weak. Will get picked up actually, Sorex from a spam rocket of Ubers, but for now it looks like
wow,
what a fight from Elocor onto Ubers.
Disrespect. He was probably even going to crater from that, but just you got to get the style points on that pipe anyway.
Yeah.
Coldheart has the advantage here. Mookie actually getting a pick, trying to get a pick, but not really getting anything yet. Coldheart has that Uber. He's caused on 40% on that crits. Oh, but there's the drop again! Mookie!
No! This is so bad here for Lemmings, and Josh and Sorex falling as well. This Mookie sniper is just working so well for Lowpander. I can't believe this. This is incredible. It's such exciting stuff here. I mean, Mookie, he's just doing such a good job. Elocor trying to get him to do something gets picked up. And I mean, wow. That's just incredible. Mookie getting that melee onto Ince. Mookie's just so many plays this game. It's incredible.
That's such a shame for Coldheart. I mean, I think she just, thought like, I'm not gonna pop for this sniper. My team is gonna have to deal with it. But just nobody jumps him, and then, he just gets that really far peek, and Coldheart walking over the point just gets dropped. And there goes there Josh jumping in, gets body shot by Mookie. Elocor jumping in, and Zesty as well, trying to get out the Kisakala. Another headshot coming in for Mookie. And Mr. Epic and Zesty just Mookie just going in for his team right now, getting all the picks they need.
Mookie's just playing the game of his life, and this is just gonna be so hard for Lemmings. I mean, especially considering that last map, as I was saying, it's hard for them to come into this next map. It's such a close loss, and this sniper is certainly something that could tilt this team. And oh, Coldheart again! He gets picked up on the crit stickies of Hildreth. It was such a good sticky. Elicor falling as well. Source getting picked up with so much damage. It's just Josh and Zesty, and they just get picked up. That was unreal. Just wipe there for Lemmings.
Coldheart is just in disbelief. She says in the chat, just okay. She just does not know what just happened. Her team just got absolutely destroyed by that crits and Mookie. Oh, Mookie getting the roamer with a body shot as well. Just getting picks left and right. Josh jumping in onto Hildreth, trying to get something. Mookie gets a headshot again. Grenjabov getting Josh. Inz is really weak on the right. Coldheart is alone behind the rock, and there's Mixer Epic on her. Doesn't even get the saw. That's the first point for Lowpander.
I mean, even considering all of this, I mean, Lemmings were able to get the point to 27 seconds. I mean, not bad, but I mean, just Mookie knows how to just work these angles, and again, there, just Hildreth picking up that crit sticky. Oh, it's hard to watch. I mean, I really feel bad for Lemmings, but it's such good play. I mean, from Lowpander, I think Lemmings need to try something new here. I mean, Mookie's just being able to get so many opportunities onto Coldheart, and I mean, as I say that, he gets to pick onto Inst. He trying to get behind here on this China area. He will try to get behind. Soldier friend of Josh will be getting launched into the air. Sorex and Zesty getting picked up. They won't be able to do anything. But as I say that, yeah, Zesty getting the Kisakawa pick. Will Coldheart be able to get out? And looks like she might be able to. But gets oh no! Hildreth getting that double dunk. Oh, that's hard to watch. As I mean, the medic frag of Kisakawa won't mean anything if Coldheart goes down after that. But the medics will be up at the same time. I'm not sure if Kisakawa is still running the crits, so we might see a equal Ubers. And yeah, it looks like Kisakawa is up on the Uber charts this time.
No, I mean, Coldheart again is just talking in chat, just not happy about this. I hope that this isn't going to be the downfall of Lemmings in this map. It would be just a shame if they tilt from this, just these picks that Mookie's getting. Seems like just even Ubers here. Kisakawa actually going for the regular Uber. Even Uber push here. Zesty though gets picked up by Ubers, and Josh dying as well. Both soldiers are down. Inz gets the pick on Mookie. Inz showing that they too can play this game, but they're stuck here in their main entrance.
Though getting caught out there. Grenjabov as well. He's pretty extended, but he will manage to pick up Elicor. I mean, that's like, that in sniper is exactly what they needed to play. I mean, it's another headshot ringing out there. He managed to pick up the Mookie frag, so that is what they kind of have to do. They kind of have to, play ball. They have to maybe try these kind of sniper plays. This is the first time Ince has gone sniper, but the Uber charge has to come in from Kisakawa. Is the Uber trade on this point? Mookie though coming out again, getting that headshot onto Ince, so won't have an opposing sniper to try and deal with that. So Mookie might be able to pick up some more frags here. But it looks like the scouts here for Lowpander are able to pick up Elcor and Sorex, and Coldheart is getting chased right now by Grenjabov.
I think that Coldheart is having a little bit of a struggle learning how to play medic on Coulter, because she's dropping. Like, every time her team loses the fight, she does not get out like early enough to keep this Uber alive.
Yeah, I mean, not sure if we maybe could have some interviews after this, but I mean, I'm not sure how comfortable Mel is with playing medic. I mean, it is tough to ask, someone who's not really playing medic to just quickly switch to this medic role that, of course Mel obviously normally playing soldier, so I mean, it doesn't seem to be working out super well, but Mookie has these angles again, might be able to pick up something, but at the moment no progress happening right now. Zesty Sorex falling very weak, Zesty finally getting picked up. Ubers though will throw his life away as Elicor actually dying there, so that's not good here for Lemmings as the Uber has come in. Coldheart only up on 60%, but will manage to get to safety for the moment.
Seemed a little bit of an uncoordinated push there. Actually, Josh on behind getting Kisakawa and Mookie! Oh, wow, and that's a wipe.
Yeah, that was a really good play there actually from Josh and Sorex getting the frags, so they will be able to take some positioning here. Managed to cap out this point. I mean, they've managed to get so much time. I mean, it's about 40 seconds for Lowpander, so this isn't the best situation for Lemmings. They have 2.5 minutes to hold this, as we do see Grenjabov coming up on that spy. Some more gimmick plays coming out of Lowpander, and we might see another Mel pick coming up at the moment. And
no! The prep spy mate gets her again.
That is so unfortunate, but I mean, good call from
And there's a
Genjibab.
pick from Mookie on ins, and Zesty just dies behind, and Josh trying to get onto the combo, but just does not get in. Actually, Eloquor jumping in as well. It's getting a little bit messy. Can they get the kill on Kizakala? 3 players of Lemmings trying to do their best. Kizakala stays alive. Wow, that... I don't... What just happened?
I mean, they just were able to just pick up the frag somehow. I mean, after that Coulthard pick, it was just... They were, I don't know, like... They were just able to win the fight, so we can see Mookie with a bit of a forward position on this sniper. Has spotted Ince as well here. Ince will try to get some positioning on this cliff area. Looks like Ubers is falling quite weak. Will actually get picked up.
Here comes the jump from Josh.
A lot of damage actually. Yeah, the Chris is popped. Won't be able to do anything.
On the right though. Yeah, the only thing they really got with that crits was, I don't know, being able to clean up the kill on Josh. But Zesty, Romer getting both Grenja and Kisakala, trying to get a kill on Hildreth as well. So Mr. Epic loses his fight against Sorex, and Hildreth gets to get out. It's gonna be 1 second. Actually, it's gonna be 0 seconds left on the point. So Lowpander just has to essentially cap this. They're gonna be winning this round, but are they gonna be able to pull this off? I mean, Coulthard has the Uber now, and there's no spy play this time, so she won't be dropping to that.
Yeah, this is gonna be really tough for Lemmings to try and keep this point here for 1 minute and 30 seconds. But Josh and Sorex getting picked up. And it looks like the Uber's trying to get in. He actually has got so much damage onto Eloquor. He gets dropped by Mel, and it's only really Coulthard and Zesty alive. But as I say, that Zesty gets picked up, and it's only in Sniper, and surely he'll gonna get cleaned here as well.
Why did Coulthard leave there? I mean, the entire the Lemmings squad just left there. I mean, they had to go there. They had to commit to that.
Yeah.
But just 2 players just leaving with the Uber popped. I mean, that's just so odd.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say what's going on in the mumble of Lemmings right now, but I can't imagine it's the best atmosphere. I mean, this is some really good play from Lowpander. You know, they're making such good use of these pick classes, and Mookie again, I don't think he's even played another class other than Sniper this game, but Zesty falling quite weak in that area. Kizakala so weak though, will actually create a Sorex. Hildreth getting picked up as well. That's 2 big picks actually there for Lemmings, as Mookie losing that duel against Ince and Genjibab as well. So it's just Ubers and Mr. Epic, and it looks like Ubers wants to go for something, and he actually will try to get on the point, but he will get picked up. Actually, Mr. Epic getting Ince, and he's trying to get onto this point and just buy some time for his team. Eventually, they would manage to pick up this point.
Alright, well, Lowpander's still in that crits. They're building in a little bit here by their spawn. Mookie's on Spy, finally switching off. I guess you asked for it. Let's see what he can do. I mean, Genjibab has had some success, so let's see if Mookie can pull it off. You see a little bit of a sack wave coming in here. Mookie gets Zesty with the backstab, and actually forces the Uber from Cold Heart. So this is actually a successful sack wave from Lowpander.
Yeah, and it's not that Mookie Spy to think about, but I mean, Sorex won so weak. We'll take the 1v1 with Genjibab. Maybe expected Sorex showing his DM there, but Mookie picking up Sorex with the revolver. But I mean, the rest of Lowpander looking like they want to come out this main area, and Mookie surely will look to do something here. He could be in a good position again to
the Chris comes in onto Mr. Epic. He walks in, drops Cold Heart immediately. Zesty does the Ubers, and there's a cleanup from Epic again, and just everyone's getting taken out. It's just Mr. Epic, it's just the entire team of Lowpander just dropping everyone.
Yeah, Lowpander was super weak though, but I mean, they just, like Lemmings just lost too many players. They weren't able to really do anything off the damage. But I mean, at the moment, the time for the point will be in the favour of Lemmings actually, just about, 2 minutes. So Zesty looking to create some space for his team. Maybe he's.
But Mookie coming behind Cold Heart. She doesn't know. No, not again. Another backstab from Mookie, and he gets Eloquor as well.
Oh, Cold Heart, please. This is so sad to watch.
Well, they're giving them a little bit of space on the point here, but the Lemmings players are very weak. Yep, there's Mr. Epic cleaning up Josh. Sorex is weak on the point. Does get the cap. That's good. Gets piped though. Ooh, drops very weak. Barely survives. Kama's sitting here on the right, but it's just Eloquor and Cold Heart, and I don't know, they're playing with fire a little bit. I mean, they can get wrapped on very quickly here, but it seems like the rest of the team is assembling here. And the crits coming in from Mr. Epic, not getting as much success as before, getting some good damage on Eloquor, but that's also it. Getting some long-range shots actually on Zesty there, dropping him low too, but it seems a relatively ineffective crits from Lowpander.
Yeah, like Lemmings, you know, obviously they're having a tough game right now, but they just kind of are running this cookie cutter lineup. I mean, of course they do have that instant sniper, but that's maybe to be expected on product. I mean, I'm not sure. They should be maybe trying to think of something like running a Kritzkrieg or.
Granger Bob with the 2 picks.
Oh well, that's so bad here for Lemmings, and they're caught in this cliff area. But I mean, looks like Uber's trying to get in. He will force Uber out of Mel, and yeah, it's a good force there. So they not really be able to do anything here. Zesty is behind on this cliff area. Genjabal coming in, might be able to pick up Zesty, and he will. But I mean, as I was saying, like Kritzkrieg maybe could be an option for Mel, maybe running a spy or something. But they look like they just want to play their own game. But at the moment, I mean, Lowpander just coming out so strong. Josh going down, but
Oh, the air shot.
Wow, it's incredible from Josh, and another 2 picks here. Looks like Uber's as well getting picked up. It's just Hildreth and Mookie alive, but as we know, this Mookie sniper is lethal. So if Coulthard even shows your face, oh no! As I say that, Mookie gets the frag.
Oh, you jinxed it! You jinxed it!
I did indeed jinx it. I apologize, Coulthard, but I mean, Mookie just can't be stopped. Sorex taking this 1v1 friendship blow, will cleaned up. Oh my god, Hiipfire. I mean, this is just. I don't even know what to say. It's just such good play here from Mookie. We'll pick up another headshot actually, and
they're giving him
going down later.
He's giving him so much space. I mean, I feel like they're just expecting Inns to be able to like take him out every time, but just they need to focus him or just do something about him. I mean, you can't just let him peek everywhere and just get these. I mean, that shot wasn't even there that hard. I mean, they just were giving him that pick.
Mookie again. I mean, Galacor was pretty weak in his own side of the map. He just got picked up there. But I mean, Granjabal going down too. But I mean, this Galacor pick is pretty big here. They could do something. I mean, looks like Ubers is kind of trying to get some damage at the moment. Zesty caught in this house area. Mr. Epic might be able to pick him up. This Kisakala did fall very weak there. So this will allow Lemmings to take some sort of a positioning here.
But the
long range crits rocket, picking up Vince's sniper on the point, maybe a bit overextended. The Kritzkrieg as well, coming onto these stickies, but won't be able to pick anything else up. It looks like the frags are just happening here for Lemmings, but as I say that, it looks like Grenchibov and Ubers are just doing so much work and doing stuff into this cliff area. Looks like Mel will be able to get out this time. And Ubers
jump from Ubers. Oh, gets Zesty. Josh is very weak. He's about to get cleaned up here. Grenchibov just gonna chase him, trying to get that kill. Ubers gets another kill. Inns is on
5 seconds.
Oh, and there's Mookie. Oh, and they're gonna get onto the point. They're gonna try and cap it. They do pop the Uber on top, but Kisakala gets taken out. Actually, well, they will get this point, but Mookie sitting here on the right. Maybe don't come on, Coldheart. Don't get peeked this time. She's very weak. Oh, but there he gets the headshot on Elacor anyway. You can't get the medic, just get the demo. The second most valuable class right now, and there gets Mookie, another body shot on Sorex.
Yeah, Sorex was just trying to run in to see if Sorex was trying to go for maybe some sort of pick onto Kisakala, buy some time for his team to get some positioning on the point, and Josh will try to jump in, but I think he just got hit there by a shot from Mookie again, and this heavy of Vince coming out, cleaning up Ubers, and this might work out. I mean, he's still on the point here, doing a lot of damage here, but he will actually get cleaned up with these scouts, and it's just Elacor. Oh, but he goes down to a headshot to Mookie, and that will just be a 3-0 game here. Hiipfire on product.
History has repeated itself. 2 maps for Lowpander again against Lemmings. A golden cap for the first map, and the second one just being not a contest. Well, I mean, it's just, yeah, wow.
Yeah, the highlight of the game you have to mention is just the insane amount of deaths that Mel racked up, and not just death, drops as well. I mean, they just weren't able to figure out how to, counter this Mookie sniper. Nothing seemed to work for them, and I mean, they just kept slipping, and it just kind of some sort of snowball effect, and it looks like, Lowpander were just so strong throughout all of that. I mean, I think Lemmings had one close-ish round, I think, but ultimately, Lowpander, such a strong showing here on product.
I don't know, I feel like Lemmings seemed a little flustered at some points. I mean, they had some players in very odd positionings, like Demos just walking in on his complete own, getting immediately surrounded. It's just. Yeah, it was a combination of Lowpander playing really well and just Lemmings just playing a little oddly. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they played a good game on Reckoner, but this Mookie play was just so strong. But at the moment, there's some logs on stream, so we'll just take a look. First thing I see is Ubers and Mookie putting out huge numbers.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I think that's 18 kills for Mookie on the Machina. I'm gonna have to take a look at how many times Mel dropped a charge. I mean, I think Mookie easily the MVP of that match, doing so much work for his team.
Yeah, I mean, he created all those opportunities, just dropping Cold Heart just every time they tried to push in, just giving them, yeah, just all those pushes just got stopped dead in their tracks constantly. They couldn't get anything done. I mean, yeah, as you said, Cold Heart dropped 3 times that game, and just the spy plays. I mean, Granger Bob's spy plays, Mookie's spy plays. They were so effective every time. It was insane. It just,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I suppose it was hard for Lemmings to think of how are we going to counter this. Nothing seemed to be working for them, and it was just kill after kill. I mean, that's got to mentally for Mel to be dying so much is got to be hard for Lemmings. But actually, we do have some gamers joining us right now in this Mumble channel. We have Zesty, Mookie, and Hildreth. Hello.
Good evening.
Hello.
Well, guys, first of all, incredible game. Really, really close on Reckoner. Really fun games to watch. How did you feel about that in general?
Who are you asking?
I'll go for Zesty first. How did you feel on Reckoner?
Going into it, I had no idea because we haven't really been playing at all this last week. So, and I don't think Lowpander have much either. So it's kind of like an unknown quantity as to how either team would do on this map. I guess. Yeah.
Now go on.
Did you get any warnings from Honey Badger or Cold Heart, maybe as how to play against this team, from their experience in that painful high grand finals match?
Did they play this map?
I don't think
Not
they
this
did.
map.
No.
I mean, we've
But
scrimmed
no.
Lowpander before, so
Yeah.
we know some of the stuff that they'll do on various maps, and I think having seen the Nunya official, we kind of knew that they would be running a heavy to mid, but we didn't really have much of a way to prepare to counter that, so we didn't do great on the mids. But I was kind of honestly surprised by the result on that map. Like, I think probably everyone in that game was like, that didn't seem like we had enough time to get that right at the end, and just an odd situation. But I'm glad we got a point.
Yeah, that was super exciting stuff at the end. I wasn't sure if you were going to be able to make that work. But I mean, I gotta ask you, Mookie, this heavy to mid, is this something you've just been practicing a lot in scrims, or is this just the kind of thing maybe you just whip out every now and then? I mean, it seems to work very well.
Like, we played like 2 or 3 scrims on this map, but like 2 of the 3 scrims I played only heavy, like pretty much the whole 30 minutes, and it worked really well. I tried playing other classes on our pre-game scrim, but didn't really work as well as heavy. Like, no team really found a way to counter Natasha on middle, because it's pretty good, especially since the new changes, and like, you can't even run a sniper to counter it since there's no sightlines. Like, usually if you go heavy to mid, you just get countered by good players going sniper, but you can't get countered by a sniper on that map because there's like literally no sightlines.
Isn't there a bug with Natasha that makes it do more slowing?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I
It
think
just
that's what
kills
Granger
people.
was saying.
I use it because it kills people and it
Yeah,
makes
it
people
definitely
really
does.
mad.
It was, yeah, they were just, the Lemmings was just trying to jump in and just getting denied so hard every mid. It was, I could definitely see why you would run it.
Yeah, it gives me like this pleasure when I see scouts just moving at
Yeah.
a snail's pace. Like, they just come to your face and they're like, "Oh, I'm a scout, I deal lots of damage," and then they just stop moving. I can picture their like faces when they're playing and they're like, "Oh, I don't want to play against this stupid on."
I mean, I saw something like that on I think the first mid where Sorix tried to get behind you on the crate and you just like 180 and you just melted him immediately. Oh, that's it was sucked.
Yeah, I also Hildreth. I mean, we saw a lot of Kritzkrieg from Kisakala and Reckoner. Is this something you've been using a lot? I mean, how has it been working for you? But this game it worked out so well.
Yeah, I think probably for the first time in many months of PCWs, I've started to hit things with the crits. So
My God.
it's beginning. I mean, then you saw Ubers just wanted to start getting crits himself. But if he had not been such a selfish player, then I would have got even better. But yes.
I mean, his first or second crits, I mean, he just shot into an Ubered medic. I mean, what are you doing, man?
Oh, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, I suppose that's the maybe surprise effective crits trying to get the drop early on. But I mean,
we won't reveal our strats.
oh,
Ooh,
yeah,
I see.
secrets.
have
But
no
I mean,
strats.
speaking of dropped medics, Mookie, you were just playing out of your mind on product. How do you feel, man? You easily just MVP, man. You
I
played
don't
so
know.
well.
Basic game, nothing special. I don't know what you're talking about. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
every game for me.
Yeah, standard Mookie play.
Standard.
I mean, Zesty, what do you think went wrong for you guys? You just didn't seem
We
to be able
had
to
Mel on
counter
medic.
that.
Oh.
The call outs.
I mean, no, she said that herself. Like, she's obviously, and I think it showed in that game, not really experienced on medic, but because of the issues that we, had with Honey, and looking for this game, we wanted to try and get a main core medic, obviously, but we couldn't really think of anyone who would kind of fill the role that Honey does. Like, Honey's very kind of irreplaceable on this team, so we decided to get, a main core pocket and put Mel on medic because she said she'd be willing to do that. So I said, yeah, that's fine.
I think I know the problems, SD.
What?
If you look at the logs, Granger Bob has more kills and damage than Sorex.
Ooh.
So
Ooh. Yeah, we should cut Sorex. Okay.
Sorex is the problem.
Cut Sorex and pick up Cookie.
But Granger Bob is
reasonable
your
thing.
carry scout, so.
we were very close to cutting him last week.
Yeah. I don't think you should get rid of your carry scout for a really washed up player, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, but Zesty, was the Mel medic, was that kind of a last resort, or were you trying to find medic mercs, or were you just immediately just
we were
asking Mel?
considering default losing the official. So,
Oh wow, really?
yeah.
Oh,
So
wow.
like the Mel medic was kind of a last resort. So, but yeah, we've also because of the issue that we've had with Honey, we've actually never played Viaduct with our full roster. We've played it twice before, one with one merc and one with two mercs. So yeah, that's the third time that we've played the map with any sort of roster. But yeah, it's fine. Like, I think versus like the next 3 weeks we're going into, it's unfortunate like this week how it happened. I think if we'd had Honey, like, I don't know how Viaduct would have gone, but I think Honey's like really, really good at calling on Reckoner, and we might have been able to squeeze a win out of that, or a golden cap win maybe. Something could have gone quite differently because he's like a really good main caller on that map. But I mean, Josh is did a really, really good job main calling his pocket, and I'm really grateful to him to Merc. But like, obviously having Mel on medic is quite a significant downgrade to Honey, and no one's going to deny that.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate situation for you guys. I mean, I think, yeah, absolutely, it could have gone another way if Honey was still playing medic. Of course, he's a very strong voice on the team for you guys.
But I feel like, honestly, with the way that Mookie especially, but Lowpander played on Fire, like, I have to hand it to them, they'd probably still have won that map. Even if we played a different way. And Josh definitely called some things that, like, Honey wouldn't call that were better, and then he also called some things that, Honey might have, he didn't call some things that Honey might have called, type of thing. So, yeah. In terms of calls, it actually wasn't much of a downgrade, I'd say. So,
yeah, and
props to him.
For Hildreth and Mookie, I mean, you guys have had, decent enough so far. You've managed to pick up 12 points in week 2 and 3, and another 5 points this week. But of course, you're going to face some big names in the coming weeks: Arctic Foxes, Seven, and Top 5 Rocket. I don't want you guys to reveal any of your secret strats, but are you looking to do anything different against these teams? Or are you just looking to play your same game with maybe Mookie bringing out some plays, or do you have anything in mind?
Well, I actually have to kind of let you down, since next week, as far as I'm aware, is Granary week, isn't it? It should be Viaduct and Granary.
No, it's Gullywash.
Oh, Gullywash. Oh, never mind. Yeah, you are in for a treat then. You do all sorts of stupid stuff.
I know some of those struts.
Don't say stupid. Don't say stupid.
No, it's definitely stupid. But the thing is, because it's stupid, it works really well. People don't expect you to be stupid.
I mean, if it works, then surely it's not stupid.
That's wrong. Like, there's plenty of situations where, like, you can do the wrong thing and still win.
Yes, like that situation where we brought it to a golden cap in that map. That was extremely stupid, and it worked.
Yeah, Like, there's plenty of situations, and like, pasta brain scouts work in the like the manner that you do stupid stuff and it works because you're carried by your DM.
Yes.
Well,
No scout.
Hiipfire, I don't know if you have any closing questions.
I think they answered any question I would be asking.
Yeah, well, I think we're gonna leave it there. Thanks, guys, for coming in for this interview. But I'm gonna give you guys a opportunity to make some shoutouts, starting with I guess Zesty.
All right. Shout out to Champ GG who we're playing next week because we're coming for you.
Ooh.
Yeah. I've had verbatim that they've lost a couple of scrims to us. Like they still win most of them, but they have said, oh yeah, we're not going to play the lower teams because it's a waste of our time because we lose our PCWs because people on our team are just being really stupid and not it's not us like trying to fix things. It's not things that we need to
Thinking
fix,
emoji.
you know. And they say when we play 7, they actually challenge us and they make us think about our play. Whereas it's just us doing. Yeah, I know.
That's a very questionable claim. If you go back to week 1, that Lowpander official got I'd say very close.
So I might, I'll see if we can take some points off of them. And then we've got, of course, Nunya and 3 out of 6 coming up. So shout out to them as well because I think we can get points off of them as well.
All right, and Yuki, have any shoutouts?
Well, shoutouts to all of my loyal fans and viewers. I love you all. Shoutouts especially to Bubble, my big friend in TF2. And of course, shoutout to the legendary Cookie, who has joined our team, but I'm very sad to announce that after last week's endeavors, I guess, when trying to get his mumble to work, we couldn't, and then we started questioning if it's really a worthwhile pickup. So we had him and Grenjabob fight to the death in an MG battle on Viaduct Middle, and Grenjabob managed to clutch it out 20-19. I can give you a screenshot proof, and that's how we decided that Grenjabob will be playing the rest of this season.
What a washed up gamer.
Yeah.
I warned you guys. I did say don't cut your carry scout for this awful washed up Finnish player who haven't played in 3 years.
Also,
really bad.
I guess shoutouts to the rest of my team. I hate them all.
And on that note, Hildreth, do you want to say anything?
Shout out to Ubers, the lord of our team, and the carry, and nothing really. A shout out to Tiger. I'm enjoying getting rolled in Prem.
Ooh.
Yeah,
like
I suppose if you want to make any comments.
Well, I think we need to give a big shout out to the new Map Cup that's happening next weekend. Organized by the NA side of Team Fortress TV, testing out new maps made by community members. It's gonna be like a $500 prize pool featuring 5 NA invite teams. So you definitely need to check that out. I also want to give a shout out or a little reminder that everybody should attend Gamers Assembly. Please, thank you. It's the second weekend of April in Poitiers, France. Thank you, and that's all I got.
All right, I'm just gonna shout out to both these teams, Lowpander, Lemmings. Thanks, guys. It was a really fun game to cast. Shout out to Hiipfire and Gemm, everybody else at Team Fortress TV. Also, our lovely viewers. Also gonna give a shout out to Hype and Jammy. But I think that's all we have tonight. Make sure you follow us on Twitch. Check us out on Team Fortress TV. We also upload our VODs to YouTube. But for now, good evening, and thanks.